New Orleans has been a role model for safe protest in the country. No looting, rioting, or excessive arrests, with the exception of one isolated incident on the interstate through downtown New Orleans.
We will not condone violent protests in the city of New Orleans. Do not let the agitators step in, take over your emotions, and escalate this to something that it should not be.
Today, protesters have gathered at Jackson Square to protest the killing of Minneapolis resident George Floyd.
They're trying to put us under a spell. But we ain't going to be under no spell. We're going to come out from under it.
This is the 7th consecutive day of protest in NOLA.
There is an unrest sitting underneath our tongues and underneath all this forgiveness we defaulted to for so damn long. Well, that time is up.
The protests that have been going on here, they've been huge, and they've been peaceful.
Even if you're not, able to join the protest, or if you feel afraid or whatever, like, you can still even come out here. There's some people who aren't, marching, but they're still handing out waters and snacks and just being supportive, a support group at home, not necessarily out here, but just understanding, I feel too, is a big thing.
Say, I can't breathe!
I can't breathe!
I can't breathe!
I can't breathe!
All we're asking is that people are not treated a certain way, or that their death or their murder or their whole investigation won't be treated a different way because of their skin color or their background. That goes for trans, LGBT, black. The police officers shouldn't be just adorned with this power to decide whether you live or die and just not be questioned about it.
The changes we're demanding is just for the police to stop being bullies, pretty much, to stop thinking that they can just manhandle us any kind of way, especially black people. We're demanding for all of that to change.
We matter. We matter. All black lives are sacred.
How do you feel about the looting that's happening in addition to the protest? Is it justifiable?
If there was no looting and burning after Martin Luther King was dead, would the civil rights movement have been passed? You know what I mean? Would the civil rights bill have been passed? We don't know. But I can say that sometimes, because we're a capitalist country, when you hurt the pocketbook, that's normally when you get a response. And I feel like anybody could agree with that.
Racism has caused such an oppression for over 400 years. A lot of it is deep-rooted. And so a lot of people don't even know how to express themselves verbally or artistically, or feel like they even have that option. So for some people, the only option they feel is to break things. And if is it wrong? Yes. But can I tell them that's wrong when that's all they know? I can't. It's like a wrong and a wrong.
What are people getting wrong about this movement?
A lot of people are just extremely afraid. They're fearful of what's going to happen, like the tear gas, but it's not that, you know what I mean? Every day we've come out here, it's been them, talking about what we can do for change, different speakers coming up. It's just been a lot of unity, and it feels good to march. Like, that's one thing people don't understand. The fear is clouding their brains. Like, instead of that fear, it needs to be take action.
Yeah, because I agree too. Like, some people are kind of losing sight of the big picture, and we are just all humans. Be a decent human. Treat everybody like we want to treat it. I know that's a basic term, but it's just so general. That's really the idea of
It's the bottom line. Yeah.
The majority of the people that I've seen, and I've been out here almost every night, that have been in support of this have been non-black people. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, black people out here, but I've been seeing such a force of every other color, gender, creed, whether it's Caucasian, Latino, Spanish, Asian. It's been a great representation. So if America was ever considered a true melting pot, I would consider this situation that we're building right now a true representation of what America could look like if people come together on one accord to make sure that we're all treated like human beings. And that's basically all we're asking for. And that's simple and plain. Be treated like human beings and stop killing us.